The center of America. The distances are vast, but the beauty is extreme. Good morning. It is May 31st, 2021. It is Memorial Day, where we honor the fallen of America. I'm Fuzzy. There's La Sombra, my hot rod Honda. I just gave her a little bit of a spit bath just to get the dirt off of her. Today we are going to cross the backside of Nebraska. It's about a 500-mile ride from here over to about Scott Bluffs. There's Chimney Rock over there. I'm going to try to dispel the myth I have in my head that there's nothing in Nebraska to see. For years I've lived here in Iowa, and I've driven across Nebraska to go to Colorado and other places, and I've never actually seen the inside of Nebraska. So we're going to take back roads, back country. We're going to go through the sand dunes. We're going to try to see Carhenge, Chimney Rock, Scott's Bluffs. Anyway, today we're going to do the first half of our trip, about 500 miles. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Yahoo! Enjoy. There it is, the mighty Missouri. Wahoo! We are in the Sandhills of Nebraska, just kind of getting into them. These are grass-covered sand dunes. This is the Loop River, L-O-U-P River. So this is the river valley right here. I've been seeing lots of these dunes like this. Very little traffic. I'm amazed that car has even gone by. Sand mining operation over yonder. Wow, it's absolutely an amazing ride thus far. Okay, let's keep on a rolling. Yahoo! Well, we have made it we're a little over halfway, about, I don't know, 320, 330 miles into the trip. Nebraska State Forest, right across the road over yonder. I don't have time to go into there today, but I'm going to come back and visit that. There's old La Sombra. She's working really well. It's just been a fabulous ride. I've been cruising through the sand dunes here in Nebraska, and I got to tell you, they are just fabulous. I mean, it's a fabulous thing. The Highway 91 until it gets to Highway 2 is a curvy, hilly, not super tight curvy, but you know, curvy enough that it's fun. Incredibly amazing and interesting types of hills. They're literally sand dunes covered in grass. A lot of traffic here, but on that road there was hardly any traffic. You'd be out tooling around, and you'd look out and you'd see a cow way out in the middle of nowhere. Just one single cow, you know, probably a whole herd around the hill. But the difference from Iowa is, you know, there's absolutely no farming out there. It's, I mean, row cropping, I should say. It's all cattle. Yeah, one sign after another. So-and-so cattle ranch, so-and-so livestock, you know, things like that. But what a beautiful day for a ride. What a beautiful day for a ride. I mean to tell you, it's just been a blast. So we're gonna keep on going. Alliance is that way, about 140 miles. That's where Carhenge is. We're gonna take a look at that if we have time, if they're open. If not, I'll go back there tomorrow. And then we're gonna try to get to Chimney Rock yet today. What a ride. What a ride. Yahoo! Nebraska is beautiful. You gotta come check it out. So this is a little bit different. These sand hills are lower, more spread out, a little flatter, a little greener, a lot greener. Look at those beautiful clouds overhead. Notice the absolute lack of trees. I suppose the trees can't hold themselves up in the sand. Absolutely gorgeous out here. Over there you can see bare spots with the sand coming through. You can see that in different areas out here too. Absolutely gorgeous. Nebraska Sandhills, absolutely amazing. Good morning from Carhenge. Huh? How about that? We got here last night, but I was just too wiped out after 500 miles of rolling along. But Absolutely amazing so far. I did walk through it last night, but here's my first video of it. So this area here looks just like central Iowa. But if you look over yonder, you can see, well, maybe you can't, but there's Sawtooth Hills, and that over there is the sand dunes of Nebraska. There's old Hot Rod La Sombra. The sand dunes were absolutely amazing. It was a 200-mile ride through the most amazing landscape. I had no idea it existed. I mean, I'd heard about it. When you hear of sand dunes, you think of, but you don't think about what I saw. Just absolutely gorgeous. Now, there's a trail system that goes around here, campground up yonder. But we're going to go ahead and walk through the meat and potatoes of this thing. The sand dunes, I started on the very east end on Highway 91, I think it was, and cut across the 2, and then took the 2 all the way through, and that goes right through the heart of it. And the views were nothing short of spectacular. Doing it in one day was a good idea. I think if you'd have broke it up, it would have been monotonous. But there was no trouble with fuel. I was worried about that. But anyway, let's look at what we got here. It looks like an old Vega, Cadillac, Pontiac over yonder. I don't know what these are. Wow, amazing. Look at the fins on that. Is that a Chrysler? So these have become homes for birds. A Gremlin, look at that. Old Jeep. Valiant. Absolutely amazing. Home for the birds. Home for the birds. I wonder how they keep these up. They must paint them every year, huh? Plymouth. Bizarro. Ford over yonder. I'm not sure what that is. It looks like a Cadillac. It's been quite an exciting trip so far. I wore myself out. You think 500 miles wouldn't be that big of a deal, but it was. And I'm not sure why. So we climbed from 1,300 feet where I started all the way up to, I think it's 39 or 4,000 feet here. So we climbed about 2,600 feet. It was a sunny day, big fluffy clouds, no wind at all, just perfect for motorcycle riding. Absolutely enjoyed it. Here we have a, looks like a fish. Spawning salmon. Looks like the hood over the engine cover of a Volkswagen. A dinosaur, I like dinosaurs. I've made a few of those in my life. That's a big one. There's a bird's nest in those oil case covers. Another old Cadillac, I would guess early 60s. I think it's a Cadillac. Anyway, look at that view. Wow. The rest of the trip, we're going to head down to, let me think about this, Chimney Rock. We're going to see what we can find over yonder. So I'm going to quick walk through this here and take a look at it, and then we're going to hop on the bike and roll. It's about 6 a.m., 6:20 maybe, 6:10, 6:20. Had a good stay in Alliance. Alliance is about 9,000 people. I looked up their economy. Their 20% is trucking and warehousing. Another 8% is manufacturing. What is that? Old Imperial or something? Another 7% is farming, and the rest are just miscellaneous things. Oh, that's pretty cool, isn't it? Look at that wind chime. Can I make a ring? Pigeons up on top of these. The Ford Seasons. Springs. Okay. I look down on it. This is really a good vantage point right here. The dinosaurs down yonder, fish, Carhenge itself, our starting point, the family wagon. You're gonna drive across the countryside. Look at that. This was the you know, the covered wagons went through here. Chimney Rock was one of the big landmarks. That looks like a Cadillac again. Wow. Over yonder is a campground. Me gusta. I like it. I like it. Random cars sticking out of the ground. I wonder what this is saying about our automotive society, huh? I like it. Look at that view. Okay, over yonder, now you can really see the sawtooth, the sand dunes. I'm going to harp on about those sand dunes a little more. They are fabulous. And when I started, they were small and rugged and jagged, and you know, the bike ride from the east end. And as I kept going west, they got larger and larger. Then they got monumentous. They were just humongous and overwhelming. And you drove through them, not on top of them. I mean, you were down below. The track I followed, Highway 2, 91 and 2, there were train tracks through there. And I bet I passed a dozen coal trains going west, I'm sorry, going east, and just as many going west empty. At least a dozen. They were just one after another. And these were the super trains, you know, 10,000 footers. Three engines in the beginning, 3 engines in the middle, and 1 or 2 in the end usually. But absolutely amazing. Just a quick thing about this place. There is no entrance fee. I called last night to ask. There is a donation jar. I did pay attention to that. Little doesn't spin very well. What is that? What kind of car is that? Well, anyway, the eastern sun, beautiful morning, the birds are singing. Out over here, I'm going to go and hop on La Sombra. La Sombra is running like a champ, of course. She always does. About 43,000 on her. She's due for an oil change when I get back. We'll put up about 500 miles on her today. Maybe a little more, 550. Oh man. Life is good. Life is good. Well, what do you think? We've made our way to Chimney Rock. Look at that hot rod. Absolutely amazing. Paved road is just about, well, you can see cars over yonder. I came down about a half a mile of gravel right here. Absolutely gorgeous. That's private property, so you can't go on it. Looks like cattle ranching on it. Wow. Phenomenal. I came from Alliance heading south on 385, I think it was south, and came over a hilltop. There was a, well, let's back up a little bit. There was a big old rainbow, and I thought, wow, that's beautiful. Of course, rainbows also mean rain, so I got a little bit of rain. No big deal. Came over a hilltop, and suddenly I could see Scott's Bluffs. I could see, I could actually see this. It was just phenomenal, absolutely gorgeous. Turned onto 62A and then down 26 through Bayard, and then right here. But what a beautiful, beautiful, this is just absolutely gorgeous scenery. You know, you've got these rough mountains, you've got this farmland in between. Over yonder, over that way, you've got the sand dunes, and Wyoming's just that way a little ways. I don't have plans to go to Wyoming, but I'm gonna look at my map and see how far it is. If it is, I might just go over there and cross the line just so I can say I did it and then head home. But I've got a 500-mile ride home. But what a gorgeous day for a bike ride. You know, America is a beautiful place. Everywhere we go, it's different. and it's just gorgeous. In the center of America, the distances are vast, but the beauty is extreme. Wow. Life is good. Life is good. I'm hoping y'all can see those mountains off yonder. Look at that beautiful, beautiful range. We're here in a valley. Maybe it's a river valley, I don't know. I'll have to look on a map. And over that way is Chimney Rock. Absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Hello, we made it back. Just got back about 20 minutes ago. I wanted to get out here sooner, but there's La Sombra. But the neighbor was mowing, and looks like I need to mow too. But anyway, what a ride, what a ride. La Sombra got caught in a little bit of rain. We didn't have any rain almost the whole trip, just a couple showers, other than I crossed the Missouri River into Iowa, and we got about 20 miles of rain, probably 10 of that heavy, but not too bad. So what did we find? What did we discover? Nebraska is amazing. The backside of Nebraska is totally different than the I-80 corridor. I've been across Nebraska several times on I-80. Guess what? That's not the way to do it. There's a lot to see in Nebraska. The most amazing part, well, it was all amazing. Particularly fascinating was the Sandhills. I've been calling them sand dunes, but they're the Sandhills of Nebraska. Hills are not the way to describe that. I don't know what the right way to describe it would be, but they're just amazing, amazing. I'll have to go back through there and see them again. And actually, I'm kind of planning a trip up to Valentine, and I might cut through the edge of those then. Carhenge in Alliance, Nebraska. I thought that was spectacular, something, you know, fascinating, unique, incredible. That town is kind of an art town, even though it is a look at the flowers we got going there. Even though it is a warehouse type town. And then of course we made our way down to Chimney Rock, which was, again, beautiful. You can't get up to it because it's on private property. I wanted to go from there. I wanted to take the road west into Wyoming, but it was raining that direction. So I went south. I'm sorry, I went east, southeast. And I took back roads from where Castle Rock is all the way to Ogallala, and those roads were just phenomenal. I mean, all kinds of interesting, unique, spectacular land formations. I don't know enough about geology to tell you what those different things are called, but there were a lot of different things out there. Nebraska is a very large state. It's voluminous. If you don't mind distance, it's really an amazing place to visit. Distance is a key word. Lots of traveling. I think Nebraska is 1.8 million people, and over 1 million of those live in, you know, from Lincoln east, so Lincoln and Omaha. But what a ride! What a ride! The ride home was uneventful. I took 80 from Ogallala all the way to, well, as close to my home as I could get, and there were 9 speed traps across Nebraska, according to my phone, and I found at least 4 or 5 of those. Lincoln, Nebraska had 6 alone. Well, 3 sets of 2 police cars and then 1 state trooper, so that'd be 4, I guess. But what a trip, what a trip. Got back, and here we are in Iowa green. I would say that's one of the big differences, is the greenness of Iowa compared to the brownness of the arid up plains up over yonder. But hey, I'm rambling. Y'all have a great time. Life is good. Get out there and enjoy it. Yahoo!